Your relationship with yourself is like your relationship with other people and everything else you do in your life. The more you put into it, the more you will get out of it, and the better all your relationships will be because of your relationship with yourself. But first, you need a healthy balance in your relationship with yourself. If you aren't honest with yourself about your challenges, you'll never fix them. If you are too hard on yourself, you won't build the confidence that you need to succeed, because you're never going to feel like you measure up. If you don't accept yourself, you won't be able to develop the sense of self-acceptance your soul needs to thrive. Have you ever wondered what makes you self-sabotage your happiness and fulfillment? Have you ever wondered what makes you sabotage these things? Or do you seem to attract one toxic relationship after another? That can be in a love relationship, a friendship, toxic environments at work. Or do you seem to end up in a cycle of poor relationships and unsure why? Often we are wired as humans to experience old wounds. We don't want things to repeat, and our subconscious will bring these up as a remembrance, thinking it's trying to help us. They bubble up to the surface, right? Experiences repeat themselves. These old wounds may stem from childhood, or they could be patterns that are passed down through your inherited DNA and subconsciously. This may cause you to unknowingly attract people who tear and bring you down, which might very well, right, be getting into your subconscious and getting your subconscious, to reinforce these limiting beliefs, because again, it's trying to help you. You may unknowingly be opening yourself, right, up for others to treat you with less care than you deserve, because you may also, without realizing it, or maybe you do, that you are treating yourself the same way. Let me know in the group chat, do you frequently find yourself talking negative and criticizing yourself? Let me know. Are you aware of the negative chatter in your head? Do you find yourself criticizing yourself? Being unhappy with who you are. It could be for any reason, right? Let me know in the chat. Are you aware that you criticize yourself? Are you judgmental of yourself? We all do it in some way. We all do it. Let me know how you do it. Oh, I see yeses. Let me know how you do it. Okay. What's something common that is negative that you repeat to yourself? Hello, beautiful Stacy. The negative thoughts creep in, don't they? Hi, Dina, dear. Shannon, you're aware of criticism. However, it's gotten better since working with me. Well, thank you. I love that plug right there. Judgment in small ways, but it chips away. Oh my gosh, right? That self-judgment really diminishes our soul. It prevents us from shining bright, and it prevents us from taking action in things that really move us forward. We don't want to be here. We want to be here, right? We want to go from being judgmental of ourselves to accepting ourselves. What are some things you're critical of yourself about? It's not the thing you do. Okay, so you're saying how I do it is immediately think, this is Stacy Lucas, everybody. Immediately think I cannot do something because it's not the thing I do, right? Now, what's interesting about this, Stacy, is there's some truth. And what I mean by that is we can get tripped up in a belief, especially entrepreneurs, that if they have the capability to do it, they should do everything, right? So do you see how it's not the thing you do could mean, on one hand, that you're limiting yourself? Well, it definitely means you're limiting yourself, love. But it also can be a protection that you don't have to do everything. Follow me? So there's usually a truth woven in there. It's just that this is defining you, and that is not your truth. For someone who has a gift of art, which you do, you're very creative. And I know that you've painted on fences and murals on fences before, right? If you had never done that, but somebody hired you to do it, right? You would say, nope, can't do it. I've never done it before. Do you follow me? You follow me, Stacy, how you saying yes to, at some point, you painted a mural, you painted a flower, you painted a word on the side of a barn or on a fence, and you went, I didn't know I could do that, but this is cool. That's what I want you to imagine now, is who I was then, right, is not who I am now. And where I am going, I don't have to know, but I have to say yes to doing things I haven't done before. Your subconscious is trying to keep you safe. Okay? Love you, girl. You used to blame yourself, but now it's better as I've guided you. Thank you, Ravashi. Right? Self-blame is so common for us. And really, it's at every level of our life. Self-blame will come up. I should have known better. I could have done better. Why did I do that? Right? And usually when there's blame turned inward on us, we can also have that sneaky pattern of blaming other people, our situation, our circumstances, how they treat us, how they're not seeing us, right? I'm not saying you're doing this, Urvashi. I'm saying this is a human nature, right? So, yeah. Self-blame is a tough one. It is. It's tough because aren't we taught since we're children by our parents, you can always do better? Did anybody ever have a parent say to you, well, what did you do wrong? I'm trying to remember what happened to me, but I think I got beat up in the 3rd grade or pushed, or it was something like that. You know, at 7 years old, I felt beat up, but it was like pushed hard. And the first thing my dad said to me is, well, what did you do wrong? Well, no, it's not what did you do wrong. What was why did you cause this? So see, little things like that. By the way, I have a great dad, and all parents do the best they can, but we're conditioned forever since we're born to always do better. So self-blame becomes a part of us. Self-blame also happens because it's easier to blame ourselves than to be judged by someone else. So if we're already critical of ourselves, do you see how it's also protection? Because we won't be caught off guard if somebody else says something to us or treats us poorly, because we're already doing it. We already think it. Where if we're going along in our zone and we're feeling confident and somebody comes in from left field and says something, boom, that can wipe us out. At least we think it can. That's an illusion. All right. So thank you for bringing that up. Dina, Ellen, why can't I? Why can't? Oh, okay. So Dina, you're saying why can't I just do this, especially test tasks? Oh, I am so with you, right? It's like I should be able to do this. I'm smart. I am capable. Get with it, right? That I've said that to myself too, and this is how I've come with it. Okay, it kind of goes back a little bit to what I was saying. We cannot be a genius in all things. You see, it's a false belief that we should not accept help from others or that we don't need help. It's something too that gets wired in us to be independent. We can be too much either way. We can be too needy because that validates love when we need it, right? And we can be too independent. So instead, Dina, of doing your genius zone of Akashic readings, instead, you're spending time doing tech things and being frustrated. And when we live in the frustration, what happens? Things happen that bring in more frustration. So I'm giving you permission, Dina, to hire somebody to help you with your tech. Okay? And then have them show you some of the basics so you can feel independent, take action for yourself, but you're not caught in the weeds of doing something that is not your genius zone. It does not mean you can't be good at it. It does not mean you can't be good at everything. But if we're good at if we're always trying to be good at everything, then we can never excel into what we're really good at. Think of it like that. All right, Ellen. Hello, Ellen. Welcome, welcome. The constant thought that you get, yep, that's the constant thought that pops up for me. You can never get it right. And sometimes why bother, right? Why bother is very prevalent. You see, it's much easier for us not to be disappointed than it is to try and not get it right. And yet it's only through getting up every time we fell as a child when we were walking that we learned to walk. It's such a simple metaphor, right? But if we had said when we were 9 months or a year old, why bother? I'm going to crawl forever. I think we would have felt pretty awkward in kindergarten crawling, right? And yet I can tell, Ellen, you're pretty creative, dearest. You have a good head on your shoulders. You have a fear of failing. Okay, I want you to accept yourself for that. Because I also know that you've done a lot of hard things in your life. You've moved through a lot of uncomfortability. And you have a great gift of tenacity, Ellen. So believe me when I say, you can do hard things whether you believe it or not. It doesn't mean you have to live in struggle, but you do have to get up again. And you do have to be willing to fall in order for you to arrive where you want to be. And I believe that you can. Yep. All right, what else do we have here? And then I'll get back and then I'll come back. You know how it goes. Okay. It's exhausting. It's so exhausting. Ellen, I hope that helped you. Dina, it's so exhausting to do tech stuff. Oh my gosh, I am so with you, right? But I promise you get a little bit of help and it's like, oh my gosh, there's freedom. You see, we need to have freedom in order to expand. But if we're always caught down in the things of learning and figuring out and doing it ourselves, then we can't expand. And Dina, you're expanding, love. Get someone to help you with tech. Okay? Yeah. All right. Perfect. All right. I'm going to keep going. Deep down in your mind or within your DNA, you may be holding on to faulty beliefs that you really want to let go of. And replace them with the awareness that you are worth the time and the attention of someone kinder and more compassionate towards you. Even your own self being more accepted towards yourself, right? It wouldn't be uncommon if it felt uncomfortable being treated well in your life. Because one, you weren't treated well as a child by others. You don't trust that you deserve it. That's subconscious, by the way. Or you might not believe kindness will last, or acceptance will last. You might even have that little voice in your head that says when they really know you, they won't accept you. If they really knew you, they wouldn't love you. It's common and it's destructive. This belief may not have even formed during your life, but it was one of an ancestor's experiences. If you believe in past lives, it could have been a past life. You simply inherited it, you simply carried it with you, or you simply experienced it as a child. Nevertheless, the rippling effects of having a lack of self-acceptance can be treacherous, right? But the ripple effect of experiencing self-acceptance is transformational. Self-acceptance allows you to discover who you are so you can live in honest, feeling honest with yourself and having an authentic life, which will lead you to rich experiences, spiritual growth, and deeper relationships. If your soul mission, it's your soul mission to get your true self on the right track to happiness, right? But if your energy is scattered in multiple directions, like millions of tiny particles expanding outwardly, flying around you, right? You must come back to center. Because feeling disconnected from yourself ultimately means disconnected from life. Investing in rekindling your relationship with yourself is magnificent. It takes time and dedication. It takes a mindfulness, but it will open doorways and a deep sense of prosperity like you've never imagined. It will open your heart to accepting all parts of you, including those that you have kept in the shadow of fear, for the fear of being in the shadow of fear because of the fear of being rejected, right? Do you have a fear of being rejected? Let me know below. Do you have a fear of being rejected? And that means, do you have a fear of being authentic with others? It also goes into, do you play small and keep yourself small because you don't want others to be judgmental of you? This all coincides with self-acceptance, by the way. Let me know. Do you have a fear of being rejected? Do you feel that you must hold back so you're not rejected? Let me come in. Stacy, do you think these subconscious faulty beliefs are part of sabotage? Yes, they are. They contribute to self-sabotage a lot, Stacy. Yep. They trip us up. They cause us to go 2 steps forwards, 3 steps back, right? Absolutely. Let me get in here. Whenever we go to the next level, and all of us are going to have a different definition based on where our life is, right? And what we want out of life, what our intentions are. But we get comfortable in one level and we feel that inner burning desire, right? That we want more change, or we want more, right? More is not selfish, by the way. Then old things will come to the surface, Stacy. Sometimes the universe can throw a curveball just to make sure that you're really serious. But the universe doesn't play tricks with us, by the way. There's no trickery energy in that. So it's more like we get tested on, did you learn this lesson about this type of relationship? Right? So you'll have, before you meet the one that you really are going to really last well with, you'll meet someone just before that who's better than the one before. But you have to be honest with yourself and say, is this really right? Or is this really what I want? Or am I just repeating the same thing with a better looking face? So yes, in that state, in that instance, the universe will say, are you sure? Yeah. and you're being tested on things you truly want. You can also be really working through that. Do I, is it easier to stay where I am? You're kind of battling right now with the ego. The ego is our subconscious, and it gets a bad rap, by the way, right? You got to tell your subconscious, I accept myself, right? I'm good feeling uncomfortable. I'm safe feeling uncomfortable as I do things that I haven't done before. It'll help you a lot. Let me go back. If I miss you, just know I'll be back in because things are moving fast on my screen. All right. And I don't know where I've been. So, Ellen, you have the fear always behind fear of rejection. You've been rejected by every single person in life at this point. Now it's time to get out and test it, I guess. You know what, Ellen? Those are really hard lessons. And I want you to know that I feel it for you. And it's not fun being rejected. There's nothing fun about it. I'll tell you what my life lesson with being rejected was. I didn't feel worthy of having somebody that did accept me. Oh, I could say it verbally. All right. It's like I thought I knew what I wanted, but deep inside, I truly felt differently. The other thing was, I was trying to find friendships in the wrong places. I had a true need, to be accepted because I had never felt accepted when I was in high school, or before. And so I felt like I would arrive if I had a certain type of friend. And you know what? I was miserable. I ended up being rejected, It ended up being really awful, about 10 years of my life. And so it was a hard lesson for me to go, okay, what do I really want in my life? And it wasn't about that. It was that I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. So I really embarked on healing. It got me to where I am now. But I'll tell you what, that learning curve that you're in right now, Ellen, about being rejected, the fear of being rejected, because I had such a fear of being rejected, I thought my love came in friendships, right? Only acceptance came if somebody else accepted me. Then I could accept myself. When really, right, I had to accept myself. I had to accept that, you know what, I've got these gifts that came with me at birth, and how do I use them? And I didn't necessarily go about that way, but that's really what happened. And it was me saying yes to things. So I'm saying that to you for a reason, Ellen. What can you start saying yes to that's outside of your comfort zone? And start saying no to friendships that remind you of previous ones, at least for the time being, until you become more centered confidently about who you are. There's more to you, dearest. I promise there is more to you inside, more you can do that you're not even aware of yet. All right, we got some more comments. All right. We're saying the same thing, Ellen. You're on it, okay? And Stacy, it's what's happening right now. Bring it on, right? You know me, Stacy. You've held back, Dina, in the past. I would say, Dina, you've played it safe. Same thing. And you're doing it less now. That's great. That makes me happy. I am safe feeling uncomfortable. That's why I said it. Use it as a mantra. I am safe feeling uncomfortable. I use it. I give what I use, to be honest. My words are worthy. My message is clear and received. Nice job, Dina. I like that too. Bring it on, right? Say it, say it, say it. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Something else to think about. Because this is what I'm doing is I'm bringing things to your awareness, and I am going to do a visualization. Do you spend a lot of time in your head? Does time go by like that because you've spent, an hour thinking about things, right? Rationalizing, over-planning, overthinking. Wouldn't it feel better to be more in your body, which can only happen when you are living in the present moment. Wouldn't it feel wonderful to rediscover your desires, the life you wish to live? I know there are dreams and desires in there that you've given up on. And I am very aware that there is no time definition for when those can be accomplished and when you can start them either. That is an illusion. Wouldn't it be amazing to create a vision of what life could really be and trust that you are worthy and capable and that you have the inner strength to cope with anything life throws at you, all by learning to accept yourself? And that has nothing to do with perfectionism. We make up all these rules that we can't accept our body until we look like that, whatever it is we want. We will hold back acceptance until we've arrived at a certain state we've been trying to attain. I will not feel financially abundant until I have $1 million. Oh, there's no limit to the rules we create for ourselves. Accepting yourself means you believe you are worthy while being imperfect. I want you to start saying to yourself, write it down, I accept myself, and then align. I accept myself, Lisa. I accept myself, Stacy. I accept myself, Dina. I accept myself, Ellen. I accept myself, Yervashi. I accept myself, Shannon. And that line is whatever it is in the moment you're feeling. I accept myself, Ellen, for wanting to give up. Sometimes when I'm anxious, because anxiety will surface for me in really random times, I accept myself, Lisa, in my anxiety. You're training the brain. Okay? When we accept ourselves, one of the other ways we accept ourselves is through our daily spiritual practices. I say learning to accept yourself is a spiritual practice, all right? Learning how to accept yourself for who you are and be comfortable in your own body without needing to be with someone or like someone else. Other things you can do to accept yourself, it can include breath work, affirmations, journaling, listening to my healing activations. Okay? There's free ones on my website. But the point is that you have to be consistent, because no matter what level you're at, these patterns of lacking self-acceptance will creep up on us. Well, there'll be a new way we find ourselves sabotaging. Same thing. And ultimately, when you do these things, you will accept yourselves, right? You will. And you will accept, I love this, like you are like a star in the night sky among the infinite a number that all shine brightly and differently. You are meant to shine brightly, and you are meant to shine in your own way. We can have inherited patterns of family drama, learned behavior that's modeled to us by our parents that cause us to disbelieve that love can last. Anybody have a parent married 3 times, your mother or your father? That's what I mean. There's no fault to them. It's just that it's a modeled behavior. And if it's happened for you, don't feel bad, right? It just means the next one will be the lasting one, or you may choose not to. That choice is yours. But there are reasons why we are the way we are. And we can self-believe that we're truly not worthy of something, okay? And for this reason, I want to do a visualization to help your subconscious and to help activate your DNA to have an increase of self-acceptance. All right? Everyone ready for a visualization to help train your brain here? Help get your brain open to doing those things, to being accepting? All right. So what I'll do is I will see if there's anything else. Yeah, loyalty can be loyalty even if they're unhappy, right? Even if their best friend is mean to them and they don't speak up to it because of whatever reason they think that's loyalty, it models to us that when things aren't working, it doesn't matter. You zip it and you keep moving forward, right? I understand. And while that is a badge of honor, and while it can serve us because it shows tenacity in hard things, it can keep us in relationships and friendships and in work environments that are not healthy for us. So I understand. I do, Stacy. All right, let's begin. I'm going to cover my camera, and I want you to get into a comfortable position and just be with me. Visualize what I'm saying and just be with me. Okay? Here we go. All right. Now, with your eyes closed and preferably with your feet on the ground, take a deep breath of air into your lungs, filling your lungs to capacity, and hold. Exhale, releasing the day's tensions, the lack of confidence, and all things that don't serve you. On the next breath, it will be a belly breath. Breathing into your stomach, expand it to capacity. As you imagine a cord being attached to the inside of your belly button and the other end of the cord attached to your spinal cord. Now, on the exhale, sense, feel, and imagine this cord is pulling your stomach as you exhale back to your vertebrae, pushing the breath out. Feel it? There you go. Activating your central nervous system. Beautiful. One last breath, filling your lungs to capacity. As you imagine the breath, right, all the way to capacity. Now, imagine your breath is coming up into your brain. There you go. Activating the right, activating the left hemisphere, and activating the cells of your body to release what doesn't serve you from all your cells, organs, and tissues. Now, return to your breath in a normal flow as I count from 3 to 1. 3, you are becoming more deeply relaxed. 2, the sounds around you always allow you to go deeper relaxed. And 1, you sense, feel, and imagine you are sitting by a tiny water creek where the trickling water maneuvers over smooth gray rocks. You notice yellow finches as they land on a low hanging branch that's barely touching the tip of the water. You see the little birds hopping along the edge of the branch as they take turns reaching down to drink from the running stream. As you watch the water move about the creek, you notice the lily pads swaying with the gentle current, and your thoughts drift away as your body feels calmer and centered at your very core. You notice in the short distance in front of you a random single wooden door, upright, consisting of one small glass round knob. Walking over to the door, you delicately turn the knob and push the door open, revealing a golden staircase and a golden light flickering at the top of the staircase. Feeling safe and curious, you begin to climb each step, one step at a time, tracing your fingers along the smooth gold rail as it guides you up the stairs. Reaching the top step, the flickering golden light begins to warm your skin. A warm sensation comes over you from head to toe as you know something good is up ahead. As you pause on the landing, you notice another door ahead of you. This door is slightly cracked open, with bright, radiant light shining through the cracks and beckoning you to enter. The door opens automatically as you approach. And stepping into the open doorway, you recognize this feels familiar, like it is truly welcoming you back. Feeling an immense amount of unconditional love and acceptance. As you move forward, you see someone walking towards you. They're smiling and they have their arms stretched out. Although you've never knew this woman during your life, you recognize her immediately as your great-great-grandmother. You knew her before this lifetime. You were friends. As she embraces you in a warm, welcoming hug, the unconditional love truly distills upon you. Memories from a past life flood into your life, times of limitless love and laughter. You feel a deep sense of trust and security with her. You're safe in her embrace. She tells you she is here to help guide you on your life's journey because it seems you have maybe lost your way. She apologizes because you have been traveling down a path that wasn't meant for you. She explains you have been walking in her footsteps, a time when she felt inadequate, as her family had felt before. She reminds you that you, however, have a strong, confident soul, reminding you that you are worthy, you are lovable, you are more than enough, and that you have within you everything needed to experience more joy and life purpose. With every word she speaks, you feel the truth, landing on your soul, feeling it vibrate its high frequency within you, reminding you of who you are. These high vibrational sensations moves into all aspects of your body, activating alignment to your divine wisdom of who you are. It feels good. Your great-great-grandmother says out loud to you, remember who you are. She lets you know that she will be back She shares with you that she is around you even when you're not aware. She is always mindful of you. She supports you. She watches over you. Just as this sacred place you are in is always available to you to come and visit at any time during your day. She lets you know she must go as she embraces you once more in a warm, loving hug. Whispering gently in your right ear that you do not have to worry. From this moment on, you'll be walking a new path, paved with self-acceptance and increased confidence, allowing a deeper, aligned relationship with yourself. She steps back. She smiles as she drifts upward towards the heavens, showering you with heaven's gold energy. As you visually scan the wide open space one last time, you look down and notice what appears to be a note beneath your feet. Your great-great-grandmother must have dropped it. You pick it up and unfold the beautiful paper. Seeing words in perfectly scripted handwriting. Accept yourself always. You feel it, the truth of this message, and know these 3 words are indeed written for you by someone who lived long before you, as she reminds you to remember who you are. Now, bringing your awareness back to your breath, I will count from 1 to 3, and you will come back to your original space with clarity, increased confidence, and self-acceptance. 1, bringing your awareness back to your body. 2, activating the cells of your body with your new integrated soul's truth of self-acceptance. 3, eyes wide open as you are fully accepting of receiving the answers you seek to live in alignment and in self-acceptance. You are complete. Come back to me. Tell me how you're doing. Everybody feel that great-great-grandmother with them? Everybody feel them? Feel her? I do. And when I was writing this visualization, it was very clear to me that ancestors wanted you to know they're with you. And so I hope that that translated for you. If you have a second, let me know how you're doing, and then we'll pop off, okay? I have, what I did want to share with you is I have access, and I'm going to share it in the group. So what I've decided I want to do periodically is I want to offer content that's healing content. This helps retrain the brain. I have additional content that helps really transform lives. And I have a relationship series that clears inherited patterns that we get from our lineage. And the second audio, it's a 3-part audio system, or it's 3 audios. The second one is clearing relationships in our life and clearing the relationship with ourselves. All of this contains vibrational energy that the subconscious will release. I'm going to take $100 off of it, and I'm only offering it to my email group and my Facebook group. And it goes perfectly with today's topic. I won't always offer things with a topic, but this is what I do. And I would be holding an offer. If I hold an offer back, then I'm preventing you from moving forward at the same time. Because if I have additional ways that can help you and support you more, it's only right for me to share that with you. So just know that I'll put a link for that in there, and that it's a great series. It's a great program. Okay. You've never thought of your great-great-grandmother, but you felt her. That makes me happy. Thank you, Stacy, for sharing that. Dina, you felt them? Yeah. Or you felt her? Yep. And Shannon, that's wonderful. Yeah. I felt them too. And I felt them wanting to be known before I created the visualization. And so it makes me, I'm really happy that you can be a receiver of that you're open to your ancestors, and that you know, it's important for me too that you know that they're there to help you, that they are an asset and a value in your life. And that makes me happy to share that. So I'm going to send you off with lots of love, and I'll get the video posted here, or I think it posts automatically actually. Yep. And you are love. A note also said you are love. That's beautiful. Yep, you are love. But we aren't love. You know what? We won't believe we're love if we don't accept ourselves. So I like to say that I wrote an email that is about love, that we have to love ourselves, but we have to accept ourselves before we can accept loving ourselves. Love is such a big word, Stacy, that it's overpowering to the subconscious, because it's like, if we don't accept ourselves, how can we possibly love? So that's why I always start with, you have to accept yourself. And as you do, you will automatically begin to love yourself. And when we love ourselves, then we know that we are love. And therefore, we radiate love to other people. And we can receive love. Yep. Thank you for being with me. And if you're getting on the replay, say hi and respond to the questions, and I will respond to you. All right, everyone. I'll see you later. Bye.